Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. I'm the Dread Romantic and I'm here with another BJD video today. I just recently returned from America visiting my family and I came back with a new camera and a new mic and a new doll who will be introduced at a later date, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to film a BJD video. I am planning on having a more regular schedule for this channel with my new camera and everything, so please look forward to another video soon, hopefully. Today's video is going to be about my BJD wish list as well as my Holy Grail sculpt. As many of you guys probably know, a Holy Grail in the BJD community refers to a sculpt that you want so badly, but that is very difficult for you to get, whether that be because it's so rare, so expensive, or any number of reasons. In any event, it sort of requires a quest for you to get, like the Holy Grail. In the Lolita community, we have a very similar idea. It's called your dream dress. It's not enough to just want it really badly, right? A Holy Grail sculpt as well as a dream dress is something that you have to quest for, you dream about, you think about it before you go to sleep. It's something that you want so badly. So I think many in both the BJD and the Lolita community make a distinction between a wish list item, a wish list dress or a wish list sculpt, and a Holy Grail or a dream dress. And I would agree. I think that there's a difference between thinking that a sculpt is really cute, and yeah, in an ideal world, if you had infinite money and infinite space and all the time to play or hang out with your dolls, you would have 20 extra sculpts, versus that one that you think about, you keep going back to look at the pictures, at the stock photos, you're very adamant about searching for it. For this video, I thought I would do sort of a top 5 where I list 4 of the sculpts that are the highest on my wish list, and then number 1, my Grail sculpt. So top 5, with the first being the Grail sculpt. It's gotten cold from all the preparation, setting up everything. So, number 5 on my wish list is Volks School Head C. It really took me a while to get the Volks thing. When you're new to the BJD community, it's so overwhelming. There's so many companies, so many sculpts, so many terms. And this isn't unique to Volks, but what I remember is that I would see a lot of Volks dolls and they would all look the same to me. They definitely had a style, and it didn't really speak to me at the time. It was these very young looking dolls with sort of melony faces, and very smooth face-ups, very smooth and clean and pretty face-ups, and like glass eyes, smooth glass eyes, and very frilly, cute, but not Lolita or historical clothing. Because that didn't appeal to me, I wasn't looking very closely into Volks at the start, because I just sort of dismissed it all as cute melon heads, I guess. However, as I got deeper into the hobby, continued researching, I was able to find collectors and dolls and sculpts that they've made that were more to my taste. But as soon as I saw School Head C, I loved it. I just fell in love with it. I thought it was so cute, and that's really what initiated me into Volks and into appreciating Volks. All it takes is kind of finding one sculpt that does it for you. And then, at least in my case, my appreciation could really develop from there. What I like about School Head C is that it has that sort of ugly, cute charm that I now know is sort of common in older Volks sculpts. They're just not like, ultra perfect. They have fun little noses and sort of maybe eyes that are slightly too wide set and sort of turtley or frog-like proportions, but I think that's really cute. I don't think a person or a doll needs to be completely faultless in order to be beautiful, and I think a lot of times those little faults or those little going a little too far in one direction in a feature adds to the beauty and adds to the charm and adds to the character. So for me, School Head C is an example of one of those, and I still think it's so cute. I don't have any solid plans to own the sculpt right now. I've seen the head pop up a few times for fairly reasonable prices here and there, though it gets sold pretty quick. But I've always refrained from buying it because, as many of you know and understand, when you buy a head, then you have to buy a body, eyes, wig, an outfit, shoes, underwear, everything, oftentimes multiple times, because it doesn't quite go the first time, or it doesn't fit, or, you know, something goes wrong with it, and it's not quite perfect for the character that you were envisioning. So that is number 5 on my wish list. I do hope that I'll be able to own Sculpt Head C one day, but it might be some time, and I'm okay with that. Doll number 4 on my wish list is the Luts Delph Isabella. I think this is the doll whose stock photos I am the most obsessed with. And I've been obsessed with them for months, and I keep going back and looking at them and admiring them. And every time I'm like, no, I shouldn't get her, I don't need her, I go back to the stock photos and I'm like, ah, so beautiful. I think the sculpt is really cute, and I love the face up and the styling of the stock photos. She looks so sweet and soft and melancholic, and I like that she has quite fair brows to go with her red hair, which is a little more realistic. I think it gives this air of vulnerability that I find really appealing with little, you know, female girl dolls. However, a lot of the owner photos that I've seen, okay, there's like 2 owners that have posted photos or something. She's not a very popular sculpt. But in both of them, it seems like her nose is quite small, maybe a little too small for me. I don't know. I'm very particular about noses. If they're too small, then it begins to be a bit too cartoonish, which isn't my style. If they're too... Actually, I don't know if I don't think I've ever had a problem with a nose being too big. I like big noses, both on humans and on dolls. I mean, I have a not insignificant one myself. But anyway, her stock photos are so beautiful. And I just keep going back and forth on whether I should buy her or whether I should trust that the owner photos show the truth, or if that's something that I actually can get over and it would be fine as long as I put her outside of my like story collection of dolls. Because I have my group, my main group, which I'm writing a story about, and then I have, right now it just consists of one, and that's my little Prince of Roses, who I did an unboxing of a few months ago. And he's in his own world. There's no story for him. He's just adorable. So maybe I could get the Delph Isabella and put her with him, be a sister to him, or I don't know. They're just in the same little world, separate, where they don't have the same requirements to match up stylistically with one another. That's an option. However, I do have so many more things to buy in order to complete my current main group. So I'm putting myself on a no-buy for dolls for a long time. So number 3 on my wish list is Maskcat Junie in normal skin. When I first got into BJDs, just a few weeks in, is when I encountered Maskcat for the first time, and I was immediately in love. You know, you guys know, like whenever you see a sculpt and you're like heart struck, and you know you have to have it, and you know, yeah, I don't know, it does whatever it is to you that you need it to do. And that was Maskcat for me. 2 sculpts in particular, the Junie and Bruna. This is my Bruna. I love her so much. Her name, she's been in lots of videos before, Judith. Yes. And the other sculpt that I immediately was in love with was Junie. What I like about Maskcat's Junie sculpt, I mean, I think it's actually sculpted by the main sculptor's sister, I think, Black Bunny. So I guess I like Black Bunny sculpts, especially because they look a little more mature than the main sculptor's sculpts, though I love those too. And I like that the noses are a little more narrow. It fits better stylistically with the other girls that I collect. Anyway, so what I really like about the Maskcat Junie is her features, I guess, but especially her eyes. So she has remarkably round, wide-set eyes for the style that she's sculpted in, and I think that makes her look like a Botticelli angel. I don't know, they're very unique eyes, and I love them. So I think this is probably the first one that I'm talking about that I am actually going to buy soon. Not soon, but like I think maybe for Maskcat's next anniversary event, I think last time it was in December. So at the end of this year, I am planning on finally getting a Junie, which I really can't wait for. She won't be, actually I can't decide if she'll be part of the main group or not. Or maybe she'll just live in her own beautiful little world apart from everyone, like me. So doll number 2, or sculpt number 2 on my wish list is the Volks SDF34 in white skin specifically. So this is the final main character that I need to show for my story. The child, with a capital C. She's an older Volks full choice system girl, or doll sculpt. And I think she's commonly used with older girls and for boys. And I've noticed, again, with Volks that I'm drawn to the ones that are just as often shelled to boy characters as they are to girls, or that are often placed on SD16 bodies by Volks because they have a more mature look. And again, what I like about this sculpt is her nose and eyes. That's a common theme. I also like that her face isn't too melony, too wide in the center. It's still a little wider than the more oval shape that I have with the Bruna and the Luts Chloe, but it still works together with it. It's not too wide, it's not too narrow, it's within the realm of reasonable possibility for them to be in the same universe. So yes, the nose. The nose. I like that it's not a tiny button nose. I like that it's wider. I think it's really cute. I like the ears. I like the mouth. She just has, again, that sort of sweet vulnerability, but without being too sweet and without being too cutesy. This doll, this sculpt has popped up a few times since I've been searching for her, usually on male bodies like the SD10, SD13. However, none of them have been in white skin, and they've all popped up at bad times for me. You know, I just bought another doll, or I spent a bunch of money on Lolita, or I'm trying to save. So I think what I'll have to do is save up, get her through the full choice system in the future, and then that way I'll be able to get her in white skin with a blank face, and then I can send her to my preferred face-up artist and then have that character. So I'm hoping to order her around August for my 29th birthday, so fingers crossed that Volks doesn't discontinue the sculpt between now and April and then in August. And finally, my holy grail, a Luts Senior Delph Mia in normal skin. This Grail story begins with a tale of two sisters, Elisabeth and Corinna. You know them well. I love their individual sculpts. I think they do a wonderful job of capturing the character of each girl, but I don't think that the physical sculpts themselves look like sisters, and I'm so bothered by that. And I've spent quite a lot of time feverishly researching different sculpts, so I've been struggling with this question for months, and I've been like researching and making way too many like graphs and image compilations to try and get a feeling for what I should do. And as part of this research, I came across my holy grail, Luts Senior Delph Mia. She's a limited from 2011. Luts released 2 versions of her, I think. The Red Knight version and the Nine Tails version. I encountered her in the context that I thought, oh, she would be great as a Corinna because she has this, you know, she has maybe a vibe more similar to Elisabeth while still being very very beautiful, which is part of Corinna's character. However, then I was like, wait, maybe she could work for Elisabeth because I think she looks a little younger than Corinna, and she has a lot more of Elisabeth's attitude. That is kind of why I want her to bring her into the family and to see, does she work as a better shell for one or the other of the sisters? If so, which one? And if not, she's beautiful enough that I would treasure her as her own character, maybe even create a character for her because I love the sculpt so much. However, she was a limited and I haven't seen her up for sale since 2019. So I really, really want her. And obviously there's a very slender chance that this video will help. But if you or someone you know has the Luts Mia and you're considering or looking into the possibility of selling her, please consider me or please recommend me to be considered to the seller because I would treasure her and I would spoil her and she would have the place of honor in my collection. So it's just a matter of searching and waiting and patience, just like it was with my Lolita dream dresses and just like it has been for all collectors who have ever obtained their Holy Grail sculpt. So it's the combination of the perfect fit stylistically in my collection, the unique features and beauty of the sculpt, and the fierce attitude that she displays that explains why the Luts Senior Delph Mia is my Holy Grail sculpt. Now, of course, there are plenty of other sculpts that I like, maybe even love, and that I admire, and that I have saved, and that I go back to check on regularly. But if I wanted to include all of those, this video would be a lot longer and more boring than it already is. But if you are curious to hear about those, just ask or DM me on Instagram or message me on Denim Angels. I'm always happy to have conversations about the hobbies that I'm passionate about. And I would love to hear about what sculpts are on your wish list, or what sculpts you consider to be your Holy Grail and why you consider it to be a Holy Grail, and even what a Holy Grail means to you. So please comment below. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll be posting another video like this soon. Bye!